back to another cut above with Chris. Face shave time. I've just done my head shave. I'm going to use the exact same soap, different brush and a different razor of course, and the soap is VAREN from Stirling. Now this was made for a Dutch wet shaving group, I believe on Facebook. It might be a forum, I'm not 100% sure. The scent on it, I can't describe it any differently to Imperial Leather Talcum Powder, because that is pretty much an identical scent for it. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but that's what it smells like. And I don't mind it. It's not a favourite scent of mine, Imperial Leather. It never has been, but I do like it. It's nice enough. It's certainly a neutral scent. A man or a woman could wear it, or whatever else is out there at the moment. There's a lot of things other than men and women, I believe. Well, let's not get into that. Now, the brush is my Tony Forsyth custom shaving brush. This was one of Tony's original handle designs that he created for this brush. So he created this one for me. I didn't know what it was going to look like. It's got my channel name on there and his logo, and it's got a 26mm black and white knot. Now, Tony is a Scotsman living in Australia, just like myself. He's been here for many, many years, I believe, and I'm not sure whether he's retired or whether he's still working sort of full-time. I'm not 100% sure, but his turning skills are wonderful. His designs are great. I love the actual the ergonomics, but also the sizing and the shaping of it. He seems to get the sizes right. Just it's satisfying to look at. Sometimes I find brushes can be really out of proportion when I see them, and it really puts me. It would put me off getting one. And it's a bit of a shame, because some of the brushes that I see are beautiful colours and they're actually nice shapes, but they're not proportioned correctly. Whereas Tony just seems to have an eye for that sort of thing. Now, if you're interested in watching people turning brushes, I know Dogwood Handcrafts, he turns brushes on YouTube. There's that Dan Rob turns them every now and then on Instagram. But Tony has now got a YouTube channel up and running for his brush making, brush turning. He turns pens and everything on there on the actual channel, but it's mainly focused on turning brushes, because that is, I would imagine that's sort of his main source of income through his turning, I think, now. I don't know whether it used to be, but I think it is now. Wipe my face. And he does them all live, so you can actually jump in there and have a chat with him and ask him any questions. He's very responsive. He's a really nice guy, and he's excellent to work with. And his brushes are pretty reasonably priced, really. I think from memory, every now and then he'll drop a rhodium knot in one of his handles that he gets from Surjan, and I think it was like $180 or $200 or something Australian for a rhodium knotted handle. I think, don't quote me on that, which really is excellent. Now, I'll tell you right now, I have overloaded this brush with way too much soap. You'll probably notice that the camera's right in front again. Now, yes, it looks better on the screen, probably looks better to watch as well, but it covers up a lot of the mirror, like a lot of the mirror. Now, Stirling soaps. If you're in Australia, you can purchase Stirling soaps from artisanarcade.com, and Peter over there is an awesome guy. Now, this soap sample came from Peter, along with several other soap samples from Stirling, and I have to say, the soap samples are brilliant. They're a great size. You can squish them into a tub like this, and you can see there's a fair amount of soap in there. There's a good 10 to 20 shaves worth of soap in that tub. Now, this one is a mutton tallow variant. I don't know whether I mentioned that already. So this is sheep based tallow. I think it might have lanolin in it as well. I'm not 100% sure. Look at that. I know I'm still painting. I haven't actually splayed the brush yet, but Now, I'm using a chevette today, or a disposable blade straight razor, whatever you want to call them. Just going to drop a little bit more water in here, because that's one thing I've learned with the mutton tallow from Stirling. It can take a drink. Jesus, what a mess. Got it all over the handle. I've obviously left too much water in the knot and it's just pissing out. Wow, look at that. So what I'm going to do now, am I going to, do you know what, I'm not even going to do anything with that. That looks absolutely amazing. Such an easy soap to work with, Stirling, it just works so well. And granted, it's maybe not the best on the market or anywhere near it, but I mean, certainly the mutton tallow for me rivals everything that's rated as top tier in the market, the things that people love, you know, the Declaration Grooming and the Ariane and Evans. It's really good stuff. Now, granted, I haven't used Kaizen and all these other ones. I have used Grooming, Declaration Grooming's latest iteration, and I didn't find it that great, but that's just me. Right, the razor for today is the Feather SS. Now, the way this loads, because I can get it on the camera nice and clean now, is it just basically pinch the sides. I should be able to hopefully grab this out. Can't even grab it. Yeah, I've had it sitting in the water so it won't grab on, but it just pops in there. Now this is a super professional feather blade. It is a stainless steel construction from here, plastic here. However, the balance of it is great. You can tighten the screw up as well, which I love. A little screw here. This was getting a little bit loose. It's now plenty stiff. I do prefer it to be a little bit stiffer, and it's got a nice long tang so I can get my pinky finger on there as well, which is brilliant. Now this is going to be different for me. I haven't shaved with the whole mirror pretty much covered, so I'm sort of relying on the camera here more than anything else. Hopefully, in fact, here we go, I can get it just there, nice. The blade in here has done 30 plus shaves. I think about 33 or 34 shaves. And as you can see, with 3 days growth, it's done pretty well. But I tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to change it, because that is plucky. So what I'm going to do, I'll show you here now how I actually take the blades out. I actually, if you squeeze it, hopefully you'll see it on there. Can you see that? Yeah, hopefully see that pinch open. Get a little bit wider. So I'll pinch that and then just slide it to the side. Like so. And there's the blade falling off. Put that blade to the side and I'm just going to grab another blade. So there's a blade there, that's what the blade looks like. Now this blade in particular came out of the Razorrock V2 Hawk that was on loan to me from Craig Stanway over at Face Fat, so it's only been used once. I've just popped that back on again. Now what I'm going to do, you'll probably see it better now. If I pinch that, you can see it opening. So there's quite a strong spring in there, which I bent a little bit to make it even firmer. And all you do is you pinch it near the base and the blade just drops straight in. And that's it done. So this has done one shave, so this should be a lot smoother, hopefully, and sharper. Massive difference. So 30 plus blades from one, shaves from one blade's incredible though. See if it works. Look at that. Now, I'll tell you right now, for me, the comfort in holding this, the shave itself, the feel of the blade is in every way better than it is on the WEC with the Kismet blades. Just for me. I just find this smoother. I prefer, believe it or not, I actually prefer that slightly shorter blade as well. I just have a little bit more manoeuvrability, especially in the, I don't know what you call that, the alcoves of your neck. the indentation, I don't know, the contours of your neck. Right, here we go. Let me see if I can do this now. So apologies that I am moving right out of shot, but let's see if it works again. Right, I don't know what's happening with my camera, it's just dulled down a little bit as if it's saying it's too hot. Yeah, it's just much nicer to use. So with that being said, the chances are the wick will leave the den. This is quite, not awkward, but I have to go on my tiptoes here. Right, first pass done, and that felt a lot more comfortable than the wet shave went. I'm just looking at this here, I've got a little temperature gauge just on my screen telling me it's too hot, I think. And I think it might be because I've got it sat on a shelf, so we'll see if I get through a full shave with it. I don't know how it'll work, how it'll go, but hopefully we'll be good to go. So I'm just going to get the razor, close it off, and just sit it back in the warm water again while I lather up for pass number 2. With all this lather still on my face. Oh yeah. The residual slickness on the mutton tallow is really, it really is truly exceptional stuff. I mean, look, let's be honest, most things are these days. You don't generally get there are no real bad artisans anymore. When I first started wet shaving, there was a few going around that were selling shaving soaps that weren't great, mainly glycerin based, sort of melt and pour pucks. They just weren't very good. Stirling, however, have been around for the whole time that I have been wet shaving, and they have continued to offer superb products. So here we go. Right, here we go, let's try a little bit of against the grain. It's fantastic, it really is. The screen is actually dulled down a lot on the camera, but I think it's okay. A few little stragglers here and there, but not too bad. That's pretty damn good. Do you know what, the light outside is really dulled down there. Let's chuck a bit of light on, brighten this place up a bit. So that's pass number 2 done, and the residual slickness is absolutely excellent. It is so good, I could just shave like that. I really could. Do you know what, I'm wondering now if it was the actual light in the room that was making the screen look really dark. It's very overcast over here today, and it has been raining a lot the last 3 days. Been averaging 30mm of rain every day. Right, the final pass. Fingers are soaking wet. I've got loads of weepers under there, but I haven't used this razor for a long time now. I'll be honest, when I put a new blade in, this is only a second use blade, I do end up with quite a bit of let me see if I can. Yeah, I'm going to have to touch that up with a carve. Right. That's for the left side, isn't it? Right, she got too hot. Now that's interesting, given that the only variant that differed is the fact that it's sat on a little shelf now, so it's not on a... I'm going to finish off with a carve now. So it's obviously affecting the heat getting out because the whole base of the camera is sat on a shelf. So So let's just finish off now with the carve. But that, for a first time back with a feather, with a second use blade, so still very sharp, it's an excellent shave. You just rinse off. Right, I'm just going to wet my hands and finish off the shave with Codex Beauty Skin Superfood, which works phenomenally well. All I do is one squirt on a damp hand, 2 damp hands, rub them together, and it'll do my whole face and head. There wasn't too much blood today. I thought there'd be a little bit more than that, considering I haven't used that for quite some time. But anyway, Stirling VAREN. Once again, Stirling's mutton tallow base is really, really good. It's slick, it's protective, the residual slickness is excellent, especially if you're a head shaver or you require residual slickness for whatever reason. Shaving legs for women, that sort of thing, where they're going over the same bit rather than re-lathering a full leg up again. It really, really helps. The brush, oh, and thank you Peter for sending me this as part of the other ones you sent as well. The brush was my Tony Forsyth custom shaving brush. I will put a link to his channel down below and his store as well, where you can purchase his brushes. He does normally have a few on there for sale. That one's a 26mm black and white knot. That's 4 years old, that brush, and it still looks great, as you would expect for the money that you spend on them. The razor for today, which I managed to do pretty much the whole shave with, was the feather. Stainless steel Chevette, or disposable straight blader, razor, flazer, what you want to call it. And my camera's about to shut down again. And finished off with a carve and Codex Beauty. Yeah, so as I was saying, finished off with Codex Beauty Skin Superfood. And really, I'm very, very happy with that. That's a really close shave, especially on the cheeks and down here on the neck, which I didn't really touch with the carve. Around the lips now is completely fine. Finished off with the carve and it's worked out very well. And really, they don't come any better than that. I do have another DE razor on the way for review, or for first impressions and usage to see how it goes. It has been around for a little while. I haven't seen it used yet. I've seen photographs of it and read written reviews on it, but I haven't actually seen anyone use it yet. So I'm interested to get a hold of that and see how it goes. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed it. I am trying to do the best I can with what I've got at the moment. This works well, it's right in front of me, it's really good, but it blocks the whole freaking mirror, so I don't know whether I'm going to work with that or not. I'm going to watch this back later on and just see how good it is. And with that, stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.